guys, you got a chance to be around those guys and see the character that you talk about with them, I guess.
The coaches?
The players that this year and going through everything. He saw.
My experience from our situation this year has been that very tough situation. First of all, very unique situation. Change in the middle of the year like that, different things. But I was impressed with our players' focus, their energy, their want to, attention to detail during practice, and it was business as usual. And then I was impressed with the coaches, the assistant coaches, and how they brought it every day in meetings, as difficult as it was to bring it every single day, because there was some situations where they didn't have success, but to line back up and play it again was impressive in how they did their job. Truly professionals.
What for your retirement again? Your wife?
Yeah, I'm going to re-retire. I also want to mention that Coach Barnett did an outstanding job, just keeping things together. And he's the kind of guy that unites people, and he's going to continue to do that throughout his life.
I know there's situations where you got to control what you can control.
Sure.
It didn't seem like you basically had to stick the course at that point.
Yeah, you have offense schemes and terminology, you have defense schemes, terminology, and special teams. So, and then you have personnel. So, we had a lot of injuries, a lot of people sort of going sideways. In some respect, few. And so just keeping it all together was impressive.
I know that you probably haven't asked this already, but
Must not be a lot of people around here. You guys all are right here.
you guys, you got a good relationship with Chris Peterson for a long time. So what did he tell you about Jonathan Smith when you talked to him?
He's an excellent football coach. The thing that stood out to me was when I asked him the intangibles about how he handles problems, how he handles disappointment, how he handles players. Everything was very, very positive, and he's got that ability to regroup, whether it's people or himself. It seems like from the conversations that I had, and Paul Chryst, when he mentioned that he was with Paul Chryst, he was one of the great football coaches around, schematically. So he's got the experience and the I think temperament to lead out front.
He smiles a little bit more than you do, but he seems to
Well,
say
everybody probably does. So
he says about the same things like relationships matter, getting to know coaches, toughness, all that kind of stuff. It sounds like a lot of what you believe.
Well, that's my belief, and that you got to cultivate the personality of young people, and got to have the same commitment and be able to talk to them, communicate, and then trust each other. That's the basis of everything. Whether it's off field or on the field, or whether you're working for Ford or whether you're working at Michigan State. It's hard to win. Yeah, it's hard to win. It's hard to win, and those things hang on a thread. So, you saw that this year with, there's for sure 3 other games that we should have won or could have won. We're right there. So, he's doing the little things, and I'm sure he's committed to those things.
How about just the process, though? You talked about the process, but how important is it to not, rush things necessarily?
It's a step-by-step process. It's a step-by-step process. Everything is, and sometimes, as I said earlier to somebody, you see the product. Most people see the product. They don't see the process. The process is long and hard.
You look back 17 years when you were here.
Yeah, amazing.
When you get to this point where you start moving your family and when everything becomes real, I guess, what would be the advice you give them now?
Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. But sense of community here is here. There's a sense of community, the good people here in East Lansing. Big Ten Conference is a great conference. It's one of the premier conferences in the U.S., and he's going to be able to show his talents at the highest level. That's good. Thanks, Coach.